If we look at the major differences, it's uh, actually emotional depth versus control. For BPD, these individuals, they deeply crave and strive for connection, but they struggle with that emotional instability. They have a really hard time managing those internalized emotions. And romantic emotions, or even any emotions, like you could feel that way towards your child if you have BPD, that you just have this intense just love, desire, passion for that child. But the emotions become too much, so you become overwhelmed, and then you engage in maladaptive patterns, which are unhealthy patterns that actually are destructive. Typically in love relationships, because that's really more of the focus of what we're talking about in this video. So when you connect with someone and you're like, wow, they're really great, idealization. They're so special. They're just amazing, and they're nice, and they're cute, and maybe they're good in bed, something like that. But what happens is you have all of these feelings and all of these feelings, and they're building, and they build so fast and become so overwhelming so fast that then you experience this emotional instability, which leads to a lot of behavioral acting out and sort of exhibiting a lot of those maladaptive beliefs, behaviors, and patterns. That's really common with BPD. Chaotic relationships, could be threatening self-harm, could be fear of abandonment drives you to try to pull the individual closer, but what happens in the end, it erodes the closeness of the relationship. Now, NPD uses emotions to gain power. So what happens is, in this scenario, is that they see somebody whom they want to be close to, and they might love bomb them, they might give them a lot of gifts and things of that nature. But what happens is that in doing that, they're kind of pulling them into their web. It's a lot like that spider web. What happens is a lot of other like insects, they see that spider web, but it looks like a flower. And because it looks like a flower, so they're like, oh, that's a flower. And then you get stuck in the web, and here comes the spider. And that, I think, is really representative of certainly the narcissistic approach. But they don't do it in order to cause pain for the individual. They do that to protect themselves. But what happens is that often the person caught in the web experiences the negative side effects, consequences, and they become collateral damage of the narcissistic pathology.